Chapter 3, Coordinate Geometry. In the previous slide, we have already seen how to plot the points in different quadrants and coordinates of the points in different quadrants. Now we'll come to coordinates of the points on axis. We are already aware that there are two axes, right? That is the x-axis and the y-axis. Let me name it once again. So this horizontal line, again, as we know, x-axis, x dash, vertical line y-axis, y dash. Now, coordinates of the points on axis. That means what? We need to select few points on the axis. Now, let us try to understand about this more in detail. If a point lies on x-axis, then its y-coordinate is 0. Now, let us try to understand this. If a point lies on x-axis, then its y-coordinate is 0. Example, 2, 0, minus 3, 0, 5, 0. Now these are all the points that lie on the x-axis. Why? Because their y-coordinate is 0. Now let us see how. If I take a point over here on the axis itself, I can say that I've taken this point on x-axis. So now what is the number associated with x? The number associated with x is 2. So the number associated with x is 2. But what is the number associated with y? On y, this point itself is on x-axis. So there is no number associated with y. But if you observe properly on this y-axis, this corresponds to 0. This point corresponds to 0 on y. Therefore, this point will be 2, 0. This point will be 2, 0. And therefore, we say that it lies on x-axis because its y-coordinate is 0. Now, if I would have taken a point somewhere over here, say for example like this, now this point we can clearly identify it is 9 and 3. So I can write this down as 9, 3. But does this 9, 3 lie on x-axis? No, 9, 3 does not lie on x-axis. Why? Because its y-coordinate is not 0. Its y-coordinate is 3. Therefore, it does not lie on this x-axis. Therefore, this point will not lie on the x-axis. But if I switch this point down over here, then what will happen? This point can be denoted as 9, 0. This point can be denoted as 9, 0. Because on x-axis, it corresponds to the number 9. And on y-axis, it corresponds to the number 0. Therefore, it is 9, 0. And whenever we write down any point, we write down it in the ordered pair itself. It may be in the quadrant, it may be on the axis. Ordered pair is compulsory. That is x, y. So x is 9 and y is 0. Therefore, these are few examples. Say for example, if I want to plot minus 3, 0. So x is minus 3. Let me plot this x minus 3 over here and minus 3, 0. So this is that point itself. This is minus 3, 0 for you. And then 5, 0. Again, this will be 5, 0. So this was all about x-axis. That is, whenever the point lies on the x-axis, we say that its y-coordinate is 0. So you can clearly see all the y-coordinates over here are 0. Now what will happen if we take the point on y-axis? Let us see. So if the point lies on y-axis, its x-coordinate is 0 now. If the point lies on y-axis, that is on this vertical line over here, the x-coordinate is 0. Examples: 0, 3, 0, 7, 0, minus 5. You can clearly see now x is 0 in all these examples. That means what? All these points lie on y-axis. Let us take this first example, 0, 3. On x it is 0. So where do we see x on 0? Over here. 3. 3 is on y-axis, so I have to move upwards. So this is that point. This is the location of that point, 0, 3. So I can say this is 0, 3. This is 0, 3. And as x is 0 in this case, this lies on y-axis now. Similarly, 0, 7. So 0 is over here on x and 7 on y. So to move upwards. So this is that point, 0, 7. Again on y-axis. And then finally, if I take 0, minus 5, 0 on x. Again, it has to lie on y-axis. Why it has to lie on y-axis? Because its x-coordinate is 0. It will lie on y-axis. But where is minus 5 on y-axis? It is down. Somewhere over here. This position is of 0, minus 5. That means what you have to remember is whenever the point lies on x-axis, its y-coordinate is 0, and whenever the point lies on y-axis, its x-coordinate is 0.